Hello, hello, hello. I want to welcome everybody out. I have agreed to be on today and share with everybody. What I would like to share today is using my stencils, which are the Nativity stencils. So these Nativity stencils have been something that they haven't seen me use before. And I have shared with everybody that it was on yesterday that I would work a plan to be on today. And while we are waiting for a few people to come on, because I am a little bit early, I wanted to share that we're going to be using some folk art paint. Some people have their stencils, and I'm not necessarily saying have your stencils with me as we're starting, but I am saying that we're going to review how this process is done and how this process is done. Watching from Canada, hello, hello. I came on just a little bit early today, and I am going to pull out some ornaments. Okay, just a few different ornaments. So that, hello, Miss Kim. So I have base coated one. This is a big one. They're not usually that big. These are kind of like the size of the ornaments that we have that we market. And I'm going to share this with you along with some gallery glass, which is plexiglass. It's not really glass, guys. And show you how it will go on either. I am also getting ready. I'm a little bit early, so I was just going to wait just a few minutes. Hello, Miss Gloria. Thanks for writing me back today. I was just about to get busy organizing clothes, and you took care of that. And hoping to see you do this. Yes, I know this is important. So I do want to share with you that I will be posting this on our practice strokes right here on my Donna Dewberry channel, guys, on YouTube. And so you can go back and rewatch it there. South Florida, Lillian, we're going to get some more hurricane ones, aren't we? Winds and rain. I could use a little rain because we didn't really get rain from the hurricane, which unfortunately many people did. Excited about this project. I have the stencils. Yay. Well, we totally sold out of the stencils like crazy. And I rushed in an order, paid extra shipping to get those orders in. And so those are going to go out this week to everybody. They should be to me this week during the week. Happy Saturday from coastal Alabama. I hope you guys didn't get too much trauma in Alabama. Happy Saturday. I just want y'all to know I did a slow motion TikTok leaf that I put on my Donna Dewberry channel and I think on the Facebook channel. So it'd be fun for you guys to go watch that too. It's a multi-loaded leaf and just a little twists and turns if you haven't seen it yet. Hello, Miss Linda from Michigan. It's sunny there. That's awesome. And I hope those thumbs go up as I'm demonstrating today how to use the stencil. And it isn't as fast as everything else I do because you have to contemplate and decide how you want it on here. I like to have a lot of stencils that you just lay down and you stencil and it's done. And then you can embellish it some. Thank you for the roses. That you can embellish it with some flowers and stuff usually, but this is going to be different because these takes a few little steps and I kind of spoil you guys so it's quick and the music was great too. I know that's kind of fun and peaceful, wasn't it, Kim? So if you get a chance to go watch that, I appreciate it if you would on my it's the Donna Dewberry TikTok. Or you can watch it on my Donna Dewberry's official One Stroke group on Facebook. All right. So these are some extra fun little things I did with resin. And I put this, I just used some of these ideas on these wood rings. And we sell these and the little wood ornaments right here. These ornaments that I'm going to be using with a raw edge. Okay, so these are all live edge. They call it live edge. Alrighty. So, like, here's one that we resin. I can't find my resin one. It just falls. I mean, you know, trucking back and forth with it to my studio and stuff. Okay, so I am. Oh, we can start. We're just like 5 minutes early. I saw it here on YouTube. Yes, peaceful is a perfect word for that. Yes, thank you. You saw it on YouTube? I didn't put it on YouTube. I put it, the leaf I just did on a TikTok, and I shared it to our website. Anyway, if y'all get a chance, go check that out. I didn't share it on my website. Say the proper thing, Donna. I shared it on my personal Facebook and my group Facebook. So if you don't go to TikTok ever, just to let you know. Everyone from Delaware is happy to finally be able to join you live for a change. I just turned 70 and have been so busy. Well, Miss Terry, I turned 70 in a couple weeks. I am 70. So my husband and I are 2 weeks apart. He turned 71 and on the 20th, and then November 6th, I turned 71. So I don't feel like I'm 70. What about you, Miss Terry? I look at people that say they're 68 and I think, oh, do I look like that? Sometimes I do. Sometimes we kick it up a notch. Okay. I'm going to get ready and start because I want this to be in a way that it can then be shared on my practice strokes. So you guys could go back and watch it over and over. And so I'm just going to go into education mode. Is that right? Is that all right? Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday to Terry. Yes, happy birthday. Me either, right, Terry? We don't feel like, and I did say at convention, I had 3 70-year-olds or 4 of us standing there, and I said, we are not our mama's 70-year-olds. And we all laughed and said, amen. I mean, we get our nails done and our toes done, and we do our hair, and we wear cute clothes, usually. Not that our mamas didn't do that, but we are, I don't know, it's just different. All right, so I want to start, guys, with the first step. And this is, thank you. Yes, Terry, happy birthday. I want you to see that I'm doing an ombre. All right, so you could see I did darker, and then I put aqua and white, and then I came down with some blue. Okay, so we're shading colors. Now, I was able to just kind of move a little bit. I decided I want a little bit of Jerusalem City there and a little bit like way down in the valley here, you know. So I don't know, this might have been reversed, should have been reversed because that shouldn't have been bigger than that. But I'm not worried about that. But then I wanted them to like be the small ones, so they're going over into Bethlehem. Jerusalem, I know. Bethlehem. I've been saying Jerusalem for a long time. All right, you're right. Thank you, sweetie. All right, so let's get started. This is the stencil I'm going to share with you how to use. All right, there you go. All right, so here's the stencil. I want to put it behind the black. Okay. There you go. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to take my painter sponge, and I was thinking all kinds of things, like I could start this before, but I really want to just do it with you, okay? So let's put out the colors that I'm going to use. All right, so I use like a blue peacock. Happy Saturday, Central Oklahoma. Still learning. She turned 77. Woohoo! Hey, we got more time in our lives, maybe. Okay, so this is aqua. Okay, and let's put out, I am going to put just a teeny bit of Prussian. And this is going to be a different plate than my ornaments. All right. And let's get some white out here. Okay. And I'm going to dampen with my fingers my sponge. Going to come up just a little bit. Okay. Now, oh, wrong sponge. All right. So what's going to happen is I picked that blue. And the first thing I want to do is I said, I'm kind of just like, where am I going here? All right. And I have a mound up here. Okay. And this is the white of the canvas is giving you a little bit of the light up here. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more. Okay. And so the stars are shining, so you see a little bit of light in here. Let's do all around our canvas. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this around a little bit. And what I want to do is on this top, I did put a little bit of, this is blue peacock. Now you can use Prussian blue and get it darker if you want. It's up to you to decide. I'm sorry I'm being noisy. Okay. Come on, leave it there. I'm trying to hold it down so it's not too loud. Okay, now at this point, I am okay. Now I'm going to press this on the paper towel, take some of that blue off, and I'm going to pick up aqua and white. Okay. Now you can do the top and the aqua coming down really far and then come back and do the bottom instead of doing the path I'm doing right now. So it's up to you, whatever you feel like's easier. Okay, a little bit more white. I wanted the sparkle to show. So okay. All right, so I really wanted some good aqua in here. And when you ombre it, see if you put this and you push this part, it blends it. It blends it, okay? All right, so I'm going to put just a teeny bit of white through here. All right. Now that's aqua, but you know what? I'm thinking I want to try a little bit of patina because that looks still dark to me. And that's just a little bit lighter here. See, it's a little bit lighter. So I think we need that brighter color. Oh, you know what? Patina is what I have on this. This is patina and this is cobalt with Prussian blue. Okay. And this is not what I'm going to do. This is showing you that the camels or coffee latte was a little bit of brown. And then each one of the guys, these are kind of like I'm going to do the other Wiseman. And then I did a kiss tool with a wipe away tool that's got, looks like a candy kiss. And I dotted all of these. Okay. So thank you guys. All right. So let's get some white and patina. All right. So, because I want to just change that patina in there, I think will be, of course, my screen, my computer screen doesn't look like the real color anyway. But see, the patina gives us a glow down here from the star. Okay. All right, I guess y'all can't see it as good as it is, really. All right, but then let's take, I'm going to push this down again and say I have some blue peacock. Now I'm going to come in here and just pick up some Prussian blue. Okay, and I had used some blacks, but I want you to see that I can come right in here a little bit with some Prussian blue, a little bit over here. All right, and I can do a little bit in here. See, I told you on the sponge, you push this edge. All right, then I'm going to have a little bit because I was going to put some palms from there. Just a little bit of land. Lots of love and thumbs up, everybody, please. Yes, thumbs up. Let everybody know. All right. The whole painting. I was hoping for a stencil demo. Okay. I hope you're okay. I just thought it's important that I do this so that we can put it on practice strokes and you can see exactly how to make this happen. All right. So when I'm done with the sponge, guys, I make sure I do the sides and then of the canvas, and then I squeeze it and put it down into the water so it doesn't dry out. But I want you to know that this will look beautiful on wood too. I've got this on a 10 by 20 canvas. All right. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to blow dry this a little bit with my heat pen, and this will dry pretty fast, but then we're going to stencil. All right. So the stenciling happens pretty fast on here, but we want to get, I'm going to use my, since it's a big area, I'm going to use my blow dryer. Well, that was pretty fast. Okay, so the first stencil I'm going to do is, I lost my stencil. There we are. I'm going to put this across the bottom. All right. So you're going to come right here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to come right here. And one of the important things, these are called nativity silhouettes. It's confusing because it's nativity scenes and then nativity silhouettes. Okay, let's see. All right, so one thing that will help you on this nativity is that I am going to do a couple of pieces of tape. I'm not really into tape a lot, but this is important on this to keep it still. All right. And right here. Okay. Now I'm going to come right along this edge. That's why I put that piece of tape there, because actually I can come up and just bring white down. All right, so I'm centering it. I'm not centering it. There we go. Okay, guys. So I'm just going to have this tape right here. Okay. Come down just a little bit more. Okay. Now what's going to happen is I can use my larger stencil on this, and I'm going to come all in this area with white. So it's nothing fancy. I'm going to tap into the white. Usually I'm going on the edge, but I'll hit the blue. I usually go right on the edge. So I'm going to rub it into the brush, stencil brushes. This is a synthetic nylon stencil brushes, which are the best. that I have, but the Waverly ones are there too, and they're a lot less money. But these give you all three, 12, 16, and 20. All right, so after I get through here, what I want to show you is that we need a paper towel and we need to take off. Okay, and all the stenciling I'm going to show you. The lady said she saw the leaf short, but they also showed a lot of TikTok. Oh, I don't know. All right, so look. I didn't know the leaf short was on YouTube. I don't know how it would get on YouTube. This one I just did this morning. All right, so see, I'm making the circles, and I ended up wanting this to be a lot darker. But the first thing I like to do is kind of put it in place. See how we do the circles? And here, we're going to come right here. And I can put heavier paint down here. Okay. And then I'm going to do circles for the shepherd and the sheep. And a little bit of grass down here. Okay. Now, I can look at this and I'm sure that it needs to be a little bit darker. That's why I don't tape it down. I like to pull it up. Okay, see, that does show. Oops, sorry. That does show, but I'm going to just, you can add it later with just a paintbrush if you want to intensify it more. Or I can come in here, work this in, and I can come right on top of here. Let's put a little bit more. There we go, a little bit heavier in this part, guys. Okay. Okay, and you really want to see the detail by going a little bit heavier there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this off, and before that totally dries, I want you to see, I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm just going to use a 16 right now, and I'm going to take this down. Okay, I'm going to do this a husband and wife project, doing this in a couple of weeks for my church group. Of we're called empty nesters because our kids are pretty much all out of the house, and we do like kind of, I guess you'd call it like a Bible study, but we get together and everybody brings a little potluck. And I'm having them come to my studio this time, and we're going to do this stencil. And I was going to show y'all, I have a stencil that says Joy to the World. I was going to put up here, but when I went looking for it, we ran out of them at the studio, so we ordered some, so it must not be there. Okay, so this is what we're getting. Okay, so see how I came across here? Now you can, what I did do, and you can do this part later. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but you can put a little bit of this grass in here, okay? Just without lots of color, just to give you detail, okay? Okay, now before I put another stencil on here, this is what you have to do. You have to, okay, what did I just do with my pen? Oh, there. My heat pen, I'm just going to dry this part. All right, the one thing you don't want is see where if there are any sections where it doesn't look like it's attached. All right, like the halo, you might bring the halo around. See if I wanted to add some grass. Okay, I hope you be patient with me. So I'm trying to show y'all everything so it makes sense. All right, now I'm going to come up here while that's drying a little bit. It's dry to the touch, which is a good thing, except right there. All right, so then I decided I want a palm tree, but I want it kind of leaning. All right, now what I'm going to do is either use, I'm going to use licorice, but you could use camera is too low or canvas is too low. Oh, well, it depends if you're on a cell phone. Sometimes that is what y'all see. I will try to move it up and see if I can. I just don't like to show you the ground. It's an iPad, huh? Let me try moving it up. Is there a place in Canada to buy the Christmas stencils? No, we ship to Canada though. All right, so am I high enough that you guys can see it now? All right, perfect on your iPad, okay. I just don't want to see the ground. Okay, so I moved it up some. So now what I want to show you, I can't use this one because it's white right now. So I'm going to just kind of cover that so it doesn't dry out on me. And now I'm going to use the licorice, but I still have my paper towel there. So you're going to see me over here a little bit, maybe taking off the color. All right. Now I'm going to come here and do the palm tree. So I want the palm tree to lean a little bit. So I can come here. I don't really use tape, but tape's probably smart. All right. And so I'm going to put in this palm tree and then lean one way over. Oh, all right. I did this one and then this one. Okay. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to work this into the brush. And usually, see, it's just the tips that get the licorice. It's not the whole brush, guys. And then I'm going to go to my paper towel and I rub that in. iPad users, get rid of your keypad on your screen will help. Okay, so I'm going to come right here, go left, right, because that gets into every groove. Then when I'm going down the length, I pull it down like that. Okay, so I'm going to rub it in. Okay, now you have to like look and see, is that, oh, see, that's looking good. All right, so I can still put some of this ground here, right? You see that? And I'm going to match these up in a few minutes. Now, one thing, that's why these heat pens are so good. One thing is I can heat this. Right. See, I just touched that stencil that way. Okay, so then I'm going to bring this one and I'm going to lean it over. See that? I did use the big one, not the little one. But this is where I want you to make this yours. So if you want smaller palms or if you want big palms. Now, what's good about these brushes that they don't fan out and go into the other areas. See that? I can do right next to the small one and it's not going to take over. You see it? I can keep it concentrated right there. All right. So see? All right. Now I can let that dry for a few minutes and then move over here. Now, one thing that's a little trick, if you're moving around and you just got through stenciling with part of this, I'm going to lay this here so that where that wet palm tree is, it won't touch it. But I want to, or maybe I should just go like this really quick. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to move down here. Now, what I did put is I put a couple little palms down here. All right, actually I did it this way. So you flip the canvas and we're going to have those right here on the bottom. You see that right here? I just thought it's really good for me to show you how the entire, and what I will do is do the separate ornaments so that you can just watch one or the other when I post it. Okay, and here's a smaller one. Now I use the leftover stencil paint that's on that brush. And there you go. All right. So, but that probably wasn't too smart because you know what I did? This is good. I can show you what to do if it doesn't turn out like you want it. All right. So I can come along here and move this out. But what I did was I let this come in here and there was too much paint on my brush. So I just want to take off a little bit of where I smeared it with just a wet brush, okay? And I don't know why it didn't give me. Oh, I must have come with it. I must have come in here and added another one. Okay. So you can just add some if you want. So this should look like it's like way back. All right, that's what I wanted you to see. All right, and then what I did do here, just to show you, because I'm showing you how I would make this happen. These are little branches and little twigs. Okay, you can use a script liner, or this is a little 8 flat. Okay. Now I do want to have the camels right underneath this. So these, you want these to feel like they're really close. Okay. And that's the beauty of this little heat pin. It goes right to the spot and gets me what I want. Okay, now let's come back here. Let's look at our camels. We want them going this way. All right, so let's put these little guys, and I'm going to put them a little bit here because they're way in the distance, all right? And let's take this stencil brush again. Come here and rub it, rub it, rub it. Okay. And I'm going left, right, and see how the little legs, all the tail, all the little detail. If you sit there and drew those or tried to paint all that little detail, I'm sorry, it would make me kind of crazy. So I want you to see, I made it so that you can see it and do it pretty easily. All right, but then I wanted to come right under here and just do a silhouette, a shadow from the stars, okay, from the big star there. He said shepherds in the fields and all kinds of people knew that Christ was coming. And so when they saw it, they followed the star. That's why you would see shepherds and animals and all coming to it. All right. Now let's go to over here to Jerusalem. And I think I can, I don't know, see when I move it like this, I don't want to hit. I guess I can lift it up so it doesn't hit. I'm going to come right here and put it along right there. See, I can hold it up or I can dry that real quick. All I'm having to dry is the shadows. It makes a difference having the shadow or not having the shadow, but y'all saw how easy that was. All right. Jesus did come from everybody. We're getting a scriptural lesson, aren't we? This is such a great gift, and it's something that people will love. Oops, I don't use black now. Sorry. They'll use it for decorations in their home for the holidays and buy them for gifts for people who do observe it. All right, so these are the colors I use. I came in here with a little bit of, let's use a little bit of aqua and peacock, okay? And I didn't clean this off. I might regret it, but there isn't a lot of little detail right here. Did I just mess that up? No. All right, see when there's a tall thing like that, make sure you go up and down. All right. Now then I want to come down, and so the next one, see, I have to put blue here, or it won't look like it was part. Okay, so then I'm going to come right here, and let me show you what I did here. I'm going to put this, wipe off this brush, and pick up a little bit of patina. All right, so I got to try to get some of the black off. So I'm wiping it on the dry paper towel, all right, and then I can come in here. All right, so I just basically just came across here, like you can tap it. So that's the two ways you can go. You can make circles or you can tap, so think about that, okay? Now, I wanted this to be more. So what I did was I lifted this, and I wanted to make more across. So I just extended it. Oh, this is what I did. It's been since July, so oops, see, this is what happens. See, by not cleaning this off, and it's not quite dry, then that will happen. All right, so I'm going to come right across here, and we can do a little bit more, and I'm going to stage it up a little bit, and I'll show you why. All right, kind of make it straight, though. Okay, so see that? This is a good example of what to do. Let me show you what happens here. I did not have a good load on that brush, so I must have not cleaned it up right. So let me show you what happens. I can take and clean that again. There we go. Now let's put it back here. And I wanted to just move it up slightly from down there so it looks like two levels of city. Okay. Now this is what I recommend. If I'm doing multiples for shows or gifts or whatever, you want to do this and you don't have to keep drying. You need a place to, I need to place an order. Oh, okay, Melissa, please get with me, okay? So then this is what I want to share with you, is that I want you to think about when you do this color, when you get through with this, if you do two others, by the time you come back, that will be dry, and then you can do those and do the other three. I would do 3 at a time if I was making these, just because unless you're just a novice and you just want to do it for yourself, that's great too. But I just want you to see, if you were producing to sell, I like to make sure that I can do it as I go. And then by the time I get back to it to do the last little touch-ups and features, that I am ready. Okay. So there again, remember I told you could clean off the stencil. You don't want it on top of your piece, but you can come right in here. All right. And I'm going to lay it back here because I need another coat with a teeny bit of white in it. That's patina, and I put a teeny bit of white. Okay. So now, see, I just did it in stages this time instead of straight. And now what's going to happen, guys, is you open the windows. And basically, it's done, the windows and the stars. except for embellishing. Okay, so let's come here, and that's how this was. So that means I'm just going to stage up and put the windows inside of Jerusalem. Okay, so I wanted them, you're going to line up, and you can see through the stencil to make sure that you line up everything. Like this is the top, that dot, and that dot's at the top. Okay, so then this is when I use licorice. Okay, with the same brush. Put it up here again. Okay, but then remember we need the paper towel because we got to take it off because this is a real delicate area that we're doing. So why don't I just take the black, the licorice on my 12 because this is real petite. All right, so I'm going to very carefully come here and put the windows. I did have them all at the same time, and I came back and said, take them out, and then we'll put them back in. Okay, so see, there's the little windows inside there. All right, and then I'm going to come down here to the little guys. Right, so then I'm going to move this over, and that goes on the top of that building and on the top of this building. So you just barely go above it. So you can tape away so you don't hit anything else, but with these brushes you're able to kind of do it where it's pretty good. And then I flipped it, remember? So because I flip it, I've got to wipe off this as this side. Okay, and then I can flip it over. And then I'm going to there again. Where are the buildings? You start with that dot on top of that building and that dot on top of that building. And you can see through the stencils to do that, okay, guys? Now this, like I said, this is different than any other stencil I sell, but it was worth it because when I've tried to do ornaments or details like this and I spend so much time, I'm just like, I'm never going to do that again. So I want you to see when you're doing this and you do 3 at a time, you're going to go, oh, that was not bad at all. Okay. All right. Now let me show you what happens. I'm going to cover these stencil brushes so they don't dry out, because I want to use them again. Because if you wet them, then you have to totally dry them before you can go again. All right, now let's get a little strip liner because, oh, one more. One more is the other nativity. Okay, this is the nativity scenes. And let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to, are y'all with me still? Okay, I'm going to go right here and put the star. All right, so I want the star right here straight over wherever Jesus is. Where did I touch that? Oh, did y'all see that? Darn it. All right, that's when I'm going to splatter. All right, so I can even just take a paintbrush on this and pick up the white on a dry paintbrush and pull it. Or you can stencil if you want it absolutely perfect. Okay, so let me show you what happens here. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to grab a little angle brush. All right, so see, I touched the stencil into the white paint and then I laid it there and didn't see that. All right, so this is, I'm going to actually lift this up so I can do it. I'm going to come right like this and like this. Okay, I want it to look big. Okay, so you take your little finger and you're pulling. You're pulling. All right, I can put a little heavier right there. the Star of David. So I make it a little bit stronger and bigger. I wanted it to really stand out. But I wanted it also, if we wanted it small. Okay. You like this? I did it for all you guys who asked for it. Thank you for being happy that I did it. Okay, so see, you want to pull really loose. You can use your script liner to pull, but this is an angle brush, and I'm using the toe. All right. Hello, you're loving it. Thank you, Vicki. All right. So hopefully this inspires you, and you didn't have to pay for the lesson. Okay, so there we go. Now I did take some of the metallic stuff and take it on down a little bit. And here, it's up to you. All right. Now what we do need to do over here is I did take, floating medium. Where are we? I'm almost done with this one, and then we will start the next one. Oh, I know, a new hurricane. Well, we're supposed to be getting tropical storms. We'll hope that's what it is, and we'll just get some rain, maybe that we might need it. All right, so I want you to see, I'm going to take a little bit of licorice, and he blesses us with all things for some reason, right? Okay, so I'm going to come across here. I did have a little bit of this going into there. And then I needed a little bit of blue underneath here. Remember that building didn't come down enough. Okay. All right. So one thing that I did do is with a script liner, guys. And you can decide. I don't know where I got that white, but it's there. It's there now too. Okay. See, that's why I need this splatter. I would super chat you right now if I could. Oh, I know. Give a gift. Oh, I get it. You're so sweet. All right. This is my gift to you guys. I'm blessed. God's been really good. Taking care of my family in North Carolina. They called me and I cry. Every time they call, I cry. They said that they had 3 miracles yesterday. How beautiful is that? 3 miracles. Hopefully today they're turning their power on. They reset a power pole. All right, so now watch what I'm going to do here. All right, I'm going to come right here and I'm going to go 1, 2. My problem is I didn't sleep well last night, so I drank caffeine this morning. Having a Diet Coke with caffeine is not good for my shakes. All right, so I just kind of came along here. I don't even need to look. I don't know why I'm looking now. It's just I went around and I put a few little details because it kind of makes it come alive, right? Okay. You see that? A little bit of the building here. And right there. You see how that kind of gives you more reality there? Okay, so now look what I did on this. I am coming right in here and I decided there are palm trees, but I want some little palm trees back here. And so I just kind of put a couple in here. Okay, and And if you want this to be a forever, you can even do this canvas with resin. And George has showed you how to put the foam core board in the back and pour these in resins on canvases. So it's kind of cool. Oh, guess what I used on this? I used my baby rake brushes. Where are they? Those little teeny fun little rake brushes. And let's see. No, I have them in the other room. This is me. All right, use your baby rake brushes. Okay, pretend I did. All right, it makes it really easy here because you're just taking the rake brush and coming across here and it looks like a palm frond, right? So I just put those on here. I will go back and touch this afterwards with the rake because it's a perfect little palm tree. Okay, all right. And I did put some itty bitty ones down here. All right, so now watch how I do this. You got to have a loose movement, okay? Let's get a little bit more water. All right, so we're coming along here. They told them that they were going to double the death count by the time they find all the people in the mountains up there that by them that nobody can find, like all those teachers and stuff that are just missing. So look, just kind of come in here and do a little bit of detail. All right, so this is a building. It's kind of like the same as the building above it, but any little bit of roof and detail will make this look realistic. Okay, guys. All right, so what I did here is I came in front and did a little bit of grass or bushes or whatever you want to call them. All right, and then out here, I put a palm here and a palm here, but I want them a lot shorter because they're down kind of in a valley there. And this was the big one on the hill. And then you're just going to take and do a few little palm fronds here. All right, and the little rake brushes do this beautiful. I've used it on a couple canvases. All right, so there we go. Now, you ready? You can shadow darker around here if you want to. But what I did was I take and I brushed on glitter first. So I brought some glitter here to show you. All right, there's two things I used. All right, now I use this dragonfly glaze, only if you want to, okay, guys? But wait a minute. Don't get ahead of yourself, please. Now it would look good too to put some light highlights, like lights in there, but really they're probably all asleep at that point. But this is one of the dragonfly glazes. They all look kind of cool. And I want you to see where I have it. Now see, I did it. You can see the dragonfly glaze on here. Oh, I did some dark shadowing in here. And I even put it on some of the buildings that are way back and across the camel. All right, so that's what I started with. All right, so I'm going to put some gray on there later, maybe. All right, so look, I'm going to come across here because I wanted them to glow. Okay, you just go across here and a little bit in here. Okay, and so we want that light. So we're going to come down. I like doing the rays like this because the glitter we'll make it, it's not glitter, but the glaze. There you go. See how you'll see that? Y'all might not see it on the camera, but I did go across the camels. And not really the palm trees, but I did go across these buildings. And Bethlehem here. These are outside of Bethlehem. Maybe that's Jerusalem, way over there. All right. So I did go on the star here, but I wanted it to go down on the Nativity in front. So this is what I did first, and then I said, is it enough? And that's when I did more. Okay, so see that? All right. Okay. Now, then what I want to do, that just dries. That's a glaze. It's not like the glorific and stuff. Let's see. All right, so this comes out. There's all kinds of glitterific. So this one is iridescent. The one I use is dots because I wanted it to be like stars. But I mean, there actually probably is one with stars. Actually, that looks like a star in there. What's that? No, those are just round. They're called dots, glitterific dots. Okay, so, and this... that wasn't, oh, here. This is the one I use. This one is red, violet with blues on here, but I use some of the others too. There's all kinds. They all give you a good look. All right, so then I want you to see that you can use your brush. Let's get a stiffer brush. All right, so I can come across here and I just drag it across. I was showing y'all yesterday the silicone spreaders, which I guess they discontinued. I needed to use them more, and then they would have seen that they would stay selling. So I think if you can get any kind of wipe away tool or something, or I can use my palette knife. Let me do that because I don't want to get more confusion. All right, where am I? Okay, let's use one of my palette knives. And you might have a plastic palette knife that you can use. See, you can just make it come across. And it's really glaring from the beautiful star, right? You like? That makes me happy when you guys like it. All right, because you want it like all the stars in the sky, but this one's going to be the major one. So I put a little bit more heavy in the center. Okay. And all that looks so much better when you see the reflection. Okay. And now the very last thing is we're going to put white here. Saturday, 5% is gorgeous. I'll show the rest later. Okay. I'll watch the rest later. Okay. All right. So it shows that you only have 5%. Oh, the Christmas stencils, onestroke.com. Onestroke.com. This is a silhouette. And then I'm going to show you guys a little bit later, or either on the next segment, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, it will be on. It's called Nativity Scenes. This is silhouettes. So now, so you have to do it in the order that I did. The glaze is going on everything behind. And then you want a palette knife. I have sets of plastic palette knives too that are good. if you don't have my palette knives. All right, and then, okay, and then you would put on the white flakes. All right. Okay, well, guess what I did? I didn't put the white flakes down in here at all, a little few, but I like them in there too. It's kind of fun. It's just like the story light, but let me show you though. If you don't like that, you have to take a paper towel and you go just like this, because on the beach sometimes in the sand, people don't want the little splatters of sand I do. And they don't want it in the ocean. So then you can just wet it and take it off in that area. I can leave a little bit. So see this? I can go right in here with the water and take it off to the camel. See that? All right, and then you just take and wipe it if you want to. You can leave it if you see, dab, because this paint, we've been drying it as we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I'm going to sign this. And just remember, you can put a little bit of grays in here if you want to, or look, you can put some whites. See, you can see that in there. A few extra lines in there. So it looks like. Alrighty. And I'm going to sign it. And then, there you go. OneStroke.com is called Nativity Silhouettes. All right, Glitterific and Dragonfly Glaze. All right.